Hey everybody, welcome. In this video, we will cover the latest update for pin-to-edge function. Now, on my screen, I have this design, and as you see, it's a square Instagram post format. But the good part is, if I change the artboard size, let's say I want to make a 16:9 ratio video, as you see, the items and the logo and the video and everything adapts to the new artboard size. So now I'm gonna explain how it works. We already have this pin-to-edge function. Let's say I want to create an Instagram post squared again. Let's say I have a perfect circle and I want this circle to stay always on the right and bottom side, whatever my artboard size is. So yeah, if you select the item and go to the right sidebar, pin-to-edge function, you just press the plus icon here and you say, I want this circle to always stay on right and bottom. So now if I change my artboard size, you see, it's always following the bottom and right corner of the artboard. But sometimes you may need this circle to scale up or down with your artboard size. Let's say you have very small artboard size and you define this circle to stay on the right and bottom. But then you're scaling up your artboard size, but the ellipse, the circle size stays the same. So now with this new update, instead of just choosing right and bottom, now you can go and say scale and scale for both sides, for horizontally or vertically alignment. And then now we have this new margins. Basically, you define how many pixels or how many percentage you need a space between the right and bottom edges of the artboard. So here how it works. Now if I enable bottom and right, it's automatically giving the current values. Right now, this circle is 87 pixels from the bottom and 65 pixels from the right. And if I change the artboard size, it is also, as you see, scaling down and getting smaller, but it's keeping the distance to the right side of artboard and the bottom side of artboard with the same pixel values. But as you see, it's also distorting the ratio of this ellipse. If, let's say, you want this ellipse to be a perfect circle, now let's make it a perfect circle with 300 and 300 width and height. Now, if you want to keep the ratio of the circle, you just need to select the object again. And on the right top, it says constraint proportions. So if I enable this, if I click this chain icon here, now it is going to scale this circle based on my artboard size. But it's also going to keep the ratio of the circle. As you see, whatever I change my artboard size, it is still a perfect circle. Now, if I select this circle again, as you see, I now define the pixel values of the distance. And let's say instead of a pixel value, let's make them both 0 pixels. Now it's just snapped to the bottom and right edge. Instead of pixel values, you can additionally add percentage values. So whatever your artboard size, width or height, it's going to calculate the percentage of the empty space, the margin. Now, if I say 10 pixels from the bottom, it's always trying to keep the 10% of the artboard height. Now, and also I am adding 10 pixels to the right. It is already keeping the 10% of the artboard height. Right now, my artboard height is 500, let's say. Now it is keeping the 10%, which means let's create a square here and see what is the pixel of this. As you see, it's a perfect 50 pixel. Let's make this also red. Now this, you see, my artboard height is 500 and the 10% of the margin is 50 pixels. So it keeps the distance to the bottom as 50 pixels. If I make my artboard size longer like this, oops, I need to enable this. Let's say I want to keep my artboard size, instead of a square, I want to keep it a long, let's say a vertical size, a landscape size. Now, as you see, this 50 pixel distance doesn't work because right now my artboard height is 2013 pixel. Let's make it flat 2000 pixels. Now, what is the 2000? What is the 10% of 2000 is 200 pixels. So if I zoom in and make this red rectangle size to snap to the circle bottom. As you see, the height is 200 pixels. So you can also merge percentage values and the pixel values. Let's say I want to keep this circle always on the bottom with 10% of margin. I can also add pixel values. So this way, I'm adding 20 pixels distance between bottom, and plus I'm telling the circle calculate the height of the general artboard, the entire artboard size, and also add this to the margin. Another thing is that you can also choose which corner you want to set this margin. Let's say instead of right, let's say I can disable this right, and instead I can put this to the left. And if I enable this function, as you see, it's giving me automatically 800 pixels, which is the current position of the circle. If I make this 0, it's going to snap to the left side of the art. But there's one thing here you need to keep in mind, that if you are using left, you cannot use right. If you are using top, you cannot use bottom, because you can only choose one side of margin for your design element. Yeah, now I have another example on my canvas, which I just showed in the beginning. Now let's see how it works. Let's say I have this video on my canvas here. And as you see, this is an Instagram square post size. So I have this video and it's covering the 50%, half of the vertical space of the art. Now you see that I just enabled the scale function for both vertical and horizontal. And then as bottom margin, instead of adding a pixel value, I added 50%, because it means it's telling this video to cover always 50% of the canvas size. So let's say instead of as Instagram post, I turn this into a story size. Now again, the video covers 50% of the artboard size. This way, I don't need to deal with duplicates or other redesign the vertical version. Let's say the base case scenario is that, let's say you design one master design for your Instagram post as square, but you need a vertical version too. So just duplicate with pressing Command and D, and then you just go to the right sidebar, the predefined sizes, and say Instagram story. Now you got this vertical version of the same design without any efforts. So that's the point of responsive marketing design, because especially if you are working on social media marketing and Google Ads, there are lots of different sizes. Sometimes you need the landscape version, sometimes you need the square version or vertical version. So with Artboard Studio, with this latest update, you have more control on your design elements, and you have unlimited amount of options to create any different size you need. Let's say I got this square, but also I need a landscape version. All I need to do is either using the bounding boxes on the artboard to change the size. As you see, it's instantly and real-time adapting to the new size. Or I can go to the right sidebar and choose, let's say, 16:9 ratio. Now, what I just did is, this is a normal video size, which is you can just export the video and upload as your YouTube video or advertising. You also have your square format post. You also have your vertical format post for your product. And as you see, the sizes here in the square format or in the vertical or the landscape format, the logo size also changes. Because if I select the logo and if I go to the pin to edge option here, because I choose scale, it is scaling based on my artboard size. So this is the latest update. And if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments section below. Also, I'm putting a link down below to test out the exact same project for your own use cases. So thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye.